Yeah, they need to go back to 60 minutes of this because 90 minutes is entirely too long. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How y'all doing? All right, let's jump right into the episode. So we are now at episode 6. Everybody's expecting a merge. Of course, they don't merge. So now they have 3 tribes of 4, which I particularly don't really care for. I just really think they should get to the merge. Like, they spend too much time outside of the merge now. Then we see Christina gets overheated, or I don't know if her anxiety was getting to her just because it was just so much pressure. Even we saw Jeff during this episode getting overheated. So in Fiji, the heat is on. So they compete in their first food challenge of the season, and they were getting grilled cheese, chips, and brownies for the first place team, and then the second place team, they only got the sandwiches. Child, I was praying that Sophie won because I was like, that baby needs to eat. So she did end up being on the first place team where they got the whole work. So Sophie has gotten her meal. I was looking at the scenes with Shannon, and she really is just a little weird bird. And Sage was hilarious. Because why you touching up on me like that? Unless you my man, I don't really want you touching on me like that. And for him, I don't want him touching me like that all the time either. Get up, back up off of me. But yeah, Shannon is hella weird. So then Sophie ends up finding the knowledge is power advantage. So Sophie's having a great episode. And I always think when they place it in their underwear, like, y'all not afraid of something getting up in there? Is y'all cooch not sensitive? Because don't know. I don't place nothing. Mm-mm. I was really concerned about my favorites this episode being Nate and MC, but when they got to like the regular challenge, both Nate's team and MC's team won, so they were safe. So then the blue team ends up going to tribal council, and any one of those could have went home, and I would not have cared. I really kind of wanted Jawan to go home because I see on the preview for next week post merger that he is kind of, I don't know if this is really what's going to happen, but it appears that he's going to try to align with the MC. And I already think that MC is going to have a target on her just because she's going to be so good at challenges. And to add on Jawan and him being annoying, I just feel like that's just not going to be a good look for her. So I really hope that is not the case, and maybe it's just some strategy that they are doing to get him out. But yeah, MC, don't be with him. No. So yeah, Shannon ends up going home, and that was the episode.